back. This is Perfect Match Extra. It's a Thursday. It is Challenge Day. And this afternoon, the housemates have been engaged in a battle royale. They've been engaged in a fierce debate, arguing for and against the first motion, which is whether or not emotional connection comes before physical attraction, if it's more important than physical attraction. And we had groups 2 and group 4 arguing for and against the motion. We were judging them on their content, their delivery, organization, and their clarity. It's now time to tell you which group came out tops in this debate as they argued on what takes precedence, what's more important, emotional connection or physical attraction. With 138 points, Group 4 lost this first battle to Group 2, who came tops with 168 points. And Group 2 was arguing for the motion that emotional connection is better than a physical connection. So in terms of the content, the judges, we believe that the content was better as far as Group 2 was concerned. And we agree that both first speakers started out strong, although they were referring to their notes. As far as delivery is concerned, gentlemen, I think we agree that some work was needed on both sides, but still Group 2 had a better delivery. I think as the speakers went on, the enthusiasm, the energy, the eloquence, all of that seemed to have dropped a little bit as they did away with their notes. As far as organization also is concerned, I'll give it up to Hermes and Rosie as well. They set it up nicely. They set their points out quite clearly, but still Group 2 took the day. And with clarity, again, Group 2, I think, was more clear with their points in arguing for the motion. So again, congratulations to Group 2 and to Group 4, commiserations, but still well done for taking part. Round of applause. And so up next, we'll get Groups 1 and 3. Groups 1 and 3 will be coming up on stage to also battle it out in their debates. And in the same fashion as we've done for Groups 2 and 4, they'll have a first speaker, second and third to argue for and against the motion. So Groups 2 and 4, thank you so much. Give way to Groups 1 and 3. Okay, so our groups are up on stage, up on their podiums in pole position. Group 1, where you at? Okay, and Group 3, where you at?
Yeah.
All right, I'm loving the energy so far. I don't know whether we have that, we've had that debate feeling. Foster, Martin, we haven't had that debate feeling. You have to be as expressive as you like. Listen, feel free to come from behind your podium and let your point be heard. Remember, though, you're not supposed to refer to your notes. If you believe in your position, then you should be able to deliver it off the cuff. So for Groups 1 and Groups 3, they're going to be arguing for and against the motion. Should couples share their finances? Should couples share their finances? So Group 1, I believe, is for the motion. All right.
It is if love should be prioritized over
I beg your pardon. Yes, these guys, they know their stuff already, okay? I'm keeping them on their toes. Okay, so they're going to be arguing for and against the motion. It's not easy to not have your notes in front of you, and you will find that out quite soon. Should love be prioritized over personal goals and ambitions? Should love be prioritized over personal goals and ambition? So Group 1, you're going to be arguing against the motion. Group 1 is to my right-hand side, and Group 3 will be arguing for the motion. So we'll kick things off with Group 1. The stage is yours. Let's hear you.
All right. Good afternoon, Big Mama. Good afternoon, fellow debaters. Panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, and our lovely viewers. My name is Kwame Sage, and I'm against the motion for should love be prioritized over goals and ambitions. And I say no. Why? First off, coming into PM Extra House, we all are here for love. But I believe all of us are here to sell ourselves. But first off, let me throw this question to my opponents. It's love enough? I know you say no, but that's a lie. All right. So love is not enough. We all came to PM Extra House to find love. But I believe we are all here to sell ourselves. And let me use Joy as an example. Joy uses every opportunity given to him to sell himself and his business. There's no single day Joy that's prioritized his relationship over his goals. Yes, and now I am putting it to you that love is not enough. And then aside that, okay. Aside that, God. All right, sure. So we use every opportunity given to us to sell ourselves, our skills, our acting careers, and we've had so many challenges, even this one that I'm finding it very difficult to, project, which is normal, it is okay. This is all to build us as individuals to attain certain position in life. And we are all chasing our goals and ambitions, I believe. So coming into PM Extra House again, has taught me so much in terms of me chasing my goals and ambition. Let's move from there to marriage. I'll talk about marriage. When a man is being asked a question that, when are you getting married? What does he say? He will tell you, I want to settle first, build upon myself, and take care of my family, my wife, and children. Yes. And I believe women are speaking the same language now, that they want to settle first. And most of us are not prioritizing love. We are not saying love is not good. Love is very good. We all need love. But then setting your goals and ambitions before that is a must. Even our parents give us, mostly talk to us that we should, our parents mostly talk to us that we should focus on our dreams and ambitions as well. So I'll move on to my next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you too. All right. Big Mama, chairperson, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, lovely viewers, good day. My name is Enin Richmond. I'm known as Droid, and we're arguing on the topic that should love be prioritized over personal goals or ambitions. Now, to begin with, the question is very simple. It didn't say we are going to rule out any of these two options. This is like a two-sided coin. Love on one side, personal ambitions on the other side. They both stand tall, but my team and I, we choose to let love face the top. Now, what is love? Love does not have a definite definition. Love is known as caring for someone, trusting someone, or someone trusting you, trust, compromising, sacrificing, and many more. It is the feeling you have for someone that you don't even have for the regular people. So, what is personal goals or ambitions? When we say personal goals and ambitions, is easily explained as is a set of plan an individual has plotted to achieve over a set period of time. So we are saying that you don't have to rule out your personal goals when you are trying to find love. But the only difference is you have to prioritize one of them, and we are choosing love. To go first, I'm going to ask you some questions. J. Chris, why are you here on this show? Jason, why are you here on this show? My brother, why are you here on this show? It was very wonderful, and I was appealed the way you were murmuring, and then you couldn't even find your words, because, my brother, you said you were a chef. You said you were a cryptocurrency dealer. You said you were a model. But then you've left your jobs, and you are here today on a show that the theme is about love. And you are standing here with your chest raised high, and you want to debate on this topic. You are taking a microphone. You want to debate on this topic. You are not even leaving the point you are trying to debate. That is the first step that you shouldn't even debate about this at all. because you are not living the point you are trying to say. If you believe in your point, I don't think you should be on a love show and then leave your goals and ambition that you think you are prioritizing at home.
Can I also ask you a question? Okay, sure.
Now, we believe that in as much as you are here and you are selling yourself, the priority is love, because Big Mama will never allow you to come and stand there 247 and talk about your business. Would she?
No, she won't.
Thank you very much. Now, we have a Bible reference here. That's my next subject. We are all Christians, isn't it? You are a Christian. You always read the Bible every single morning. I want you to read me Proverbs 30, verse 1, verse 10.
So Proverbs what?
31, verse 10.
31 verse 10, it talks about finding a good woman. And finding a good woman, the Bible has made riches and has categorized riches and everything under what? Jewels. So the Bible said, finding a good woman is better than finding jewels. It's in Proverbs 10.
31:10, exactly.
31 verse 10, yeah.
So the Bible is letting us understand the fact that he who finds a woman has found a good thing. And it wasn't necessarily meaning one gender. It's about the fact that if you have a partner, automatically you have gotten something that is worth more than gold. I'm going to give a couple of examples outside our territory. Let's talk about Bill Gates. We all know Bill Gates, right? Now, Bill Gates' personal business advisor is his own very wife. And then she sees the holes and the loopholes in all his ideas and fixes them. And that has brought him to wherever he is today. Let's look at someone like, the ANC Mall in Ghana, the very popular mall. These are built by lovebirds from Ghana. They came together as couples, and then they started the business. How is it going so far? It's one of the biggest malls you can find in Ghana. Am I right? This is just a symbol to let us understand the fact that you cannot necessarily do everything just by yourself. Sometimes you have to look for love. Your ambitions, your passion, everything would be there. But when you have a partner right beside you, it makes it more easier and more smoother. And then one thing you have to understand is that when you are facing your personal goals and ambitions, yeah, it's not easy. It's a lonely, slippery road. But then if you have someone who has a shared ambition with you, they make it easy and worthwhile. That is why we believe in the fact that you have to prioritize the love over your personal ambition and then goals. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that true love. Most of us have seen people get to the prime of their careers, especially footballers, and then when they get to the prime of their careers, finding love becomes a very difficult thing because you don't know who is coming in actually for the true love. They come in because they are coming for what they can get at the end of the day. Are you with me? So, J. Chris, I want to ask you a question. You know the popular athlete, a golf athlete, that almost lost all his wealth because of a lover. Can you mention his name? Tiger something. You know his name. Now, this guy was served with the letter that he has to come in court and come and defend all his life achievements just because of a lover he had. This is an example where if you reach the prime of your career and then you now want to find love, it becomes a very difficult thing. You would find it difficult finding a true love. So we believe that you have to prioritize finding love in as much as you have it in your mind, your personal goals, prioritize finding love, and at the end of the day, it would all come together. The next one I want to speak about is that for God so loved the world. We know that quotation, John 3:16. In the beginning, God loved us. In as much as he was the first person to be ambitious and then have a goal of creating man to exalt him, he came in and then saw that even his goals failed. So he had to bring in someone to die for our sins, to regain us. And then what did he do? It was love he brought in to reestablish his goals to come to pass. So I believe that there is nothing we can do to revoke this path, but we always have to prioritize love over our personal passion and then goals. Thank you.
Good evening, guys. You said love, you value love more than ambitions and goals. My question is, do you still think love is more important than goals and ambitions? For instance, education. Education is acquiring knowledge and skills, and education is based on the ambitions and goals. So, for instance, let me give an example. This guy, Samini has reached a certain level in life and could decide not to still go to school, but find love. But then he decided to go back to school, got his degree, even though he had achieved everything. And he achieved all his goals, but then still went back to school. So,
Come for water.
and I could use other celebrities like Chrisiata, Van Vicker, and all these people. Even though they had reached a certain level, they still went back to school. So, and then talk about self-worth. Self-worth. Imagine as a man or a woman focusing on love rather than chasing your goals in life. In life, chasing your goals in life. So the question is, as a human being or as a man or a woman, if you don't chase your goals, how do you become financially stable in life? That's the question. And then you have to, in order to be respected in a society or even in your relationship, you still have to be financially stable. Yeah. And then let's say 8 out of 10 women will choose a man who is financially stable over love. Or even that 2 out of the 10, they will still be with you, but then at the end, if you don't have anything or you still don't achieve your goals, they will end up leaving you. So let me give you an example. For the self-worth, we have someone, Nana McBrown. She chose, she decided to work on her goals first, achieve her goals and reach a certain level before getting married. You get it? The same applies to, yeah. So, do you still think love is better than finding ambitions and goals?
Yeah, I still think. Okay, so I'm Emmanuel Ankara. You can call me Drill. So I'm going to start with your point. You said education, right? Who took you to school? Your mom, right? She paid for everything. Why do you think your mom took you to school? Love is broad. You know, it's because of the love she has for you. It's the love she has for you. That's why she wants you to go to school. So you achieve that, your ambitions and your goals you want to achieve. So your mom worked hard for you. That's because she loved you. She loves you. Love is general. Love is not about only relationship. Your mom loves you, your dad loves you. So because of the love your mom has for you, that's why she sent you to school to achieve that. So the love came first before you went to school. So you understand? To even get words to debate right now, you standing here. And my second point is, Jason, you remember we were talking upstairs in the living room? If you don't remember, it's okay, I'll remember you. So we were talking upstairs, and a question like, when you have $1 million deal, are you listening? You have $1 million deal, and your mom needs your help urgently. You have to go for one. Which one are you going to? Where are you going to? $1 million deal or your mom? You definitely go for your mom, right? Good. Because why do you think you go for that? I thought you want to follow your goals and achievements. Just follow it. So we are not saying it's not good to follow goals and achievement, but you should know that everything we human beings do on this earth is It's all based on love. Because your work you are doing, you're not working because you just want to work. You are working because you are working towards something, towards starting a family. You want to show your kids you love them by getting them all what you want to get them. You understand? So, education is a good point, but why are you going to school? Because you want to achieve something. So you want your kids to love you, your wife to love you, and all that. So it's based on love, and it's based on love your mom took you to school. And that's the same reason why you are also going to school. You understand? So, yeah. And my second point is love conquers all. The world started with love. That's God. God started everything with love. the love he had for you, that's the love he had for us. That's why he crucified Jesus Christ on the cross for us, towards a certain goal. That's his ambition to save us from all our sins. You understand? So you, a normal human being, you can't tell me that you done him. You understand? Yep. So that's my point for now.
Right.
Okay. My name is Jerry Christian, and you can call me J. Chris. So I believe what you people were talking about is love in general. I think you are deviating on that. That's not what the question is talking about. I think they talk, with my understanding and with my team's understanding, the question is talking about in a relationship. That's how we understand it, and that's how we are coming for it. So if you are to choose love over personal goals and ambitions, I don't think we would be able to have cell phones, we have cars, we have a lot, aeroplanes and all. I'm not sure we'd be able to achieve that, because all these are achievements from people's dreams, ambitions, goals that they wanted to fulfill. And I'm sure if they were in a relationship and they were in love and they were to choose their love for their wives over their ambitions, all these wouldn't have happened. Talking about dreams, XYZ, Kitia, Top Choco, High Sense, Game on Wheels, Bell Eyes, they all came together for PM Xtra to be a success. And I'm sure it was someone's dream. If it was about love, I'm not sure this would have happened. So I'd like to ask if love is really enough. Talking about, let me fast forward to my next point. Talking about marriage. Talking about marriage. When you are going to ask for someone's hand in marriage, I believe we all know you have to pay bride price and all. I'm not sure if you're a man and you have no ambitions and goals, you'd be able to pay for all of that. If it's love, I think the parent or the spouse of the daughter you are going in for should just hand their daughter over to you, because it wouldn't make sense to pay if it's just love. It's all part of it. It's all needed. And also talk about love. Let's say you fall in love with someone, and then you know you are not financially stable. You would surely want to do everything for that person to love you back. And I'm not sure just thinking about love would make that happen. You'd have to go through a lot to make.
All right, Jay Chris, and your time is up. So I'll go back to group 3, please.
All right, so the sponsors love the idea that's why they sponsored PMX, not just a dream. Now, please read the English again. The question never mentioned relationship. All right, so we are concluding that prioritizing love over personal goals and ambition is really the only right way. If one really wants to be truly fulfilled and being in this world, let's not cling to the new mindset of individualizing everything. Let love live. Thank you.
All right. So I believe both teams have had their say on this issue. Should love be prioritized over personal goals and ambitions? Foster Martin, I'll come to you on your initial thoughts. We're again thinking about content, delivery, organization, and clarity. Martin, I'll start off with you. Your observations, and then we'll get into some questions as well.
Right, observations, clearly it looks as though group 3, right? Group 1 didn't seem to have their thoughts together. they were unsure of some of the things they wanted to say. It looked as though they were yet to. Did you choose to debate against the motion? Or it was given to you to come in? You balloted and that's what you chose? Okay. Because the impression I'm getting is that it looks as though Group 3 was more organized, more poised. They knew what they wanted to deliver, as against what you showed us this afternoon. Beyond that, I have a few questions also. And in terms, can I make a few notations? Okay, so again, Group 3 was they were more coordinated, and then there were a few issues about context, right? Love is really very broad. Some of your arguments also falls under the conversation of love. However, the way you put it across would make it sound like you are saying we should love or love is good, but you have an alternative opinion on that. So the clarity wasn't there for Group 1. There was some clarity, but then you broadened it too much. And about coordination, maybe if you had planned some of the Bible quotations that you were referring to, he would have noted it down. Immediately you say, then he says it. You quote, then he mentions it, or he reads it out. So that would have probably added more to what you guys gave us today. But I think that of the two, and from the general opinion here, I'm sure you also agree that they put out a better performance than you did. So those are my observations.
All right, Foster, what do you make of this latest debate?
I think he said basically everything I wanted to say. I think Group 1, yes, broadened the whole concept or the context. So even though they had very salient points, it went a bit overboard, but they were very confident. And if they were, Group 1 was prepared, they could have, buttressed it so that it limits their presentation. But they also didn't look, I don't know if it was maybe they were intimidating you or you got scared at a point, I don't know. Oh, they started. So maybe then that one is not intimidation. But I didn't look prepared. And I thought you had a stronger position than even Group 1. Yeah.
I think I agree with both Martin and Foster on this one. I think Group 3 did far better than Group 1. As far as the content was concerned, I think Group 1 had some good content in there. But I have to also say, you mentioned Bill Gates and his wife, Melinda Gates, who was his longtime business partner. They're divorced now. So in future, that would be the wrong example to use because that love did not actually stand the test of time. They got divorced in 2021. Haven't gotten married in 1994, so but I mean,
personal goals, eh?
I guess so. I mean, at least they had a long relationship, so I'll give you that. I like the build-up and also the interaction. It's also about teamwork. So you threw out that Bible verse to your co-pastor, and you delivered on this one. For Group 1, I think you were intimidated by your co-debaters in Group 3. They had you shaking in your boots. Kwame, you don't agree with that?
Not at all.
Not at all. I think they bullied you in this particular round. They did. In fact, down to last speakers, Darlene, you came out swinging. And I think you broadened the context a bit too wide, but Group 1, you could have countered that with some more passion. Darlene, you took to the fore to let them know that this is the question. And I agree with the gentleman. It was a bit too broad. I think we can agree that in this context, we're talking about romantic relationships. But of course, love is love. So you also had some good points and some strong points. And I think I was convinced. You were able to persuade me to buy into your broader context. So well done for that. And I like the delivery that you also brought. So Group 1 next time, I think you've got to work on your cohesion, work on the contents as well. And sometimes when you get lost, I mean, it happens. You know, it's not easy to talk off the cuff. Trust me, I would know. You can improvise.
Exactly.
Gentlemen, you know what it's like when you're stuck on your feet. It's also about wit. How
because
quickly.
Even he said something that shot him with the, was an example you made.
Yes.
About, is it the education bit or still, but he was able to, change it to his advantage. And I think that was a good thing he did. You people were, I don't know whether you were scared or...
I think they had the group 3 had them shaking in their boots.
Yeah,
Bottom
yeah.
line. All right, so the judges are going to collate the scores, and then as we did for the first debate, we'll tell you who came out tops, and then ultimately the 2 winners of the first 2 debates will face off against each other. So again, thank you, groups 3 and 1. We'll now collate our scores. And we have our final scores as follows. With 111 points, Group 1, they didn't win this round. They come second to Group 3, who had 219 points. Overall, the judges felt that Group 3 did better on content, delivery, organization, and clarity. So a round of applause there for Group 3. Well done for getting your points across in a more persuasive manner. So that means that it is going to be Groups 2 and Group 3 that battle it out for the ultimate who is the better debater. We're going to be finding that out very shortly. So Group 3, you'll stay put for me right there, and we'll get Group 1 off the stage, and we'll get Group 2 to take over. And then I'll come up on stage as well, and then we ballot for that third and final topic, which is couples should share finances. So again, thank you so much, Group 1, for participating. Group 3, well done to you. So thank you so much.